hey, remember we were talking about grape soda?
Oh yeah. Grape Soda.
Yeah, because we were sitting at break. Oh, Henry about to go home, but anyway, we were sitting there, and I just asked him, why grape soda? Because you know grape soda is stereotypically the black man soda. But I'm like, why grape? Why that flavor?
Who did you say this around?
Me.
Oh
no, you wasn't a white compliment. It was ugly. No, go ahead. The grape soda.
What?
The question was, why the flavor grapes? Why not strawberry? Pineapple?
Let them know. Why not grape? Why grape soda, not anything else?
Because grape soda, black community is in household. Kool Aid Pepsi got popular. That's basically all you had.
So, alright, I'm gonna tell you the answer.
I want to know.
No. Let's keep it real. Let's be honest, right? I'm gonna tell you like I told him. So, back in the day, in the early 90s, mid 90s, late 80s, early 90s, in that era. So, in that era, grape soda was a thing because in our cook. So when you went to the barbecue, you went to the cookout, you didn't have Coke and Pepsi. What did you have?
Cocaine.
No, fool. Stop. We ain't talking. It was. We ain't talking plug talk right now.
I mean, you said it.
No, we didn't have Coke and Pepsi. We had what brand of soda? What brand of soda did we have?
Grape soda.
What's the brand? Which company that made it?
Shasta.
First off, shout out to Shasta, based out of Buena Park, California, by the way. That's what they still there, and they still make sodas to this day. Now, we, the people who bought Shasta, because Shasta, Coke and Pepsi at the time, to get a 12-pack of Coke and Pepsi would cost you about $6-7. Even in the late 80s, early 90s, still cost $6-7 for a 12-pack. So now Shasta. So no. I'm getting there. We're getting there. So Shasta, for that same little box, will cost you about $3. So it'll cost you half. But the thing about, even though Shasta, they had cola, they had all that stuff, but the cola version, most people didn't like the cola version. So which flavors did you get? Tiki Punch. Talk to them. Tiki Punch. This was the best one. And he didn't understand the Tiki Punch part of the conversation. I'm like, yo, that was the first one we had.
You knew I was going to answer that one correct.
The Tiki Punch, the orange, the grape, and then the lemon lime. Those are the four that you had. Now, back in the day, what people didn't know, they had a variety pack that had all of them in the mix, and root beer was the other one. They would have them all in the mix. So you can either get it one or two ways. You could get it like you get at the Dollar Tree now. You can get it $1 at the.
And they had a squirt version.
Yeah, you had a 2 liter for $1, but it wasn't really a 2 liter. It was, remember, they were oversized, so theirs was they were like 3 liters. So like $1. Yeah, they had the 3 liter soda for $1 basically. And you could get it in a drink.
You couldn't keep that Tiki Punch stock. So you go like, that was the first one you should always go. At the grocery store and look at food. They couldn't keep it stock.
Now, I'm surprised that Shasta is not still sitting in
well, you go to multiple parties, that's why you put in the black thing to get the punch.
It's a shame.
Now, in the hood,
No, that's all I'm talking about.
So, when they started mixing drinks, they would be mixing, Tiki Punch with the vodka, then Tiki Punch. No, they would mix the hen dog with the but they couldn't mix it with the Coke, because the Coke had too much of an aftertaste to it, so they would mix it. I can't tell all this stuff, but The reason why we went with grape, because grape was what the adults had. I'm be honest with you. No, kids had Tiki Punch. Kids had Tiki Punch. That's why the first thing you thought about Tiki Punch as a kid, y'all have these.
What tastes better in your honest opinion? Tiki Punch or Red Kool Aid? Tiki Punch.
Tiki Punch or Red Kool Aid or Tiki Punch all day long? You don't know why? Because not everybody don't want to make Kool Aid.
I was just gonna say that.
All right, now
Let me tell you something. Making Kool Aid is a skill.
So it is. That good sugar too.
it's practically alchemy.
Yeah, so you gotta guess. I know you're gonna ask me what. How do you make Kool Aid is the question, right?
Of course.
Oh my God.
Old school Kool Aid jar. Get some water out the faucet.
Okay. The iron helps.
You want to go real good.
First of all, the iron does help.
Get you about 4 cups of sugar.
Now,
That's all you need, 4 cups.
no.
But you want to real good. You get a whole bunch of sugar, then you freeze it, and you throw it in the freezer and make popsicles.
Now,
Kool Aid was very versatile.
4 cups of sugar is a little much. Here's how you get it right.
You remember them popsicles?
So if you have a pitcher,
I'm listening.
you don't do 1 pack, you do 2. Now, real ones would mix said package. You would get strawberry and tropical punch, grape,
Pink lemonade.
pink lemonade, and now if you did pink lemonade and orange, that's another combination that can be good.
Chocolate punch.
Chocolate,
Cherries.
that's what I'm saying. I'll get there. Chocolate punch and cherry, stuff like that. The reason why you do the mix stuff like that is why. Just because you never put just one. You always put 2 packets, not just one. Now, if you're going to put 2 packets in there in said pitcher, you're going to need a cup and a half of sugar. Not 4, too sweet. Get your teeth off on sugar. Not what it says on the package. Because on the package of Kool Aid, it tells you put in a 1/4 cup of sugar. A 1/4 cup of sugar? No. You need 1 cup of sugar.
Now, what kind of sugar?
It doesn't matter. Don't do sweet and low. No. You need that regular C&H pure cane sugar. Quit playing.
Got pink and white.
Now, if you can't afford to,
But you can't buy the little small little. You gotta get you a big old bag.
you need the sweet bag.
One of them sample kind of bags that your grandma make you go get. There ain't enough sugar. You need a big old bag.
The reason why you need that much sugar, I'm gonna tell you right now. Kool Aid.
Especially in the black house.
No. A pitcher of Kool Aid is going to last you how long? 1 pitcher of Kool Aid in a 3. No, in 1 pitcher of Kool Aid. No. Okay, 3 people.
Only one day, dude.
No, it ain't 1 day. It's 1. If we had a pitcher of Kool Aid right now, us 3. Now, if I made a pitcher of Kool Aid right now, no fluffing gag, I promise you that thing is gone right now.
Right now.
And you're gonna be like, dang, I should have had 2.
Who drank all the Kool-Aid?
Who drunk all the Kool-Aid is the question. How they say in the house party? Go get that Kool-Aid and Big Gregory.
How much ice and it broke out over Kool-Aid?
Oh, with some Big Gregory and some Kool-Aid?
Hey, you think this is too much? Hold on. You think this is too much Kool Aid? Yeah, too much sugar.
Kool-Aid.
No, that's ridiculous. See, that's ridiculous. You can't show it on camera because I don't want to copyright strike. But
oh, wow.
No, that's just people being. No, see, the problem is
people don't know what they're doing.
No, see, people being ridiculous. The reason why people are putting like a whole bag of sugar in there, because everybody remembers on house party when they were like, how you make the Kool-Aid? Grape Soda. That little kid just kept pouring sugar. See, they always got that visual in there, like they just took like a whole bag of sugar. No, they take a whole bag of sugar. That's how y'all got diabetes and stuff now.
Diabetes.
But Kool Aid, yeah. Staple. Just like Shasta was a staple. I'm gonna be honest with you, we just now got to the point that Coke and Pepsi is kind of normal at like the barbecues and functions now. Wanna know why? Because
Mixing it?
no, we're not getting Dr. Thunder. We're not buying because Dr. Thunder
Or Mountain Rush.
Yeah, we ain't doing that. Because now it's like you don't want to get laughed at the function.
The bootleg?
No, the reason why people got Shasta is because Shasta was good. The reason why we don't get Dr. Thunder because Dr. Thunder, you usually get laughed at. Let me be honest with you. So now, so even now, when you talk about Kool Aid and stuff, it's been such a long time since I had Kool Aid.
Me too.
Like for real. Because the honest answer is, Kool Aid was probably the worst thing that we should have been drinking as kids. I'm like, all the fun and games aside, like for real, because of the sugar, because of the additives. It was like, it was the very worst thing that we could have, but it was the cheapest thing that we could make.
You want some Kool Aid? Man, you want some
Kool Aid? Yeah, I mean, because it was like, it was good. Don't get it wrong. Nobody's saying it was good. But it was like the worst thing that we could have been drinking as kids. Because that's like, when everybody's talking about like, oh, well, why do we have like this sugar problem now? It's because as kids, that's all we had. We were just inundated with shit. Everything we had was sugar.
From the cereal to the drinks to the snacks.
right there. Sure.
Who thought it was a good idea to get them babies orange juice and hot pots for breakfast?
No, because everything, yeah, remember, in our era, everything was sugar. Think about your cereals. Every single cereal that you think is good, for most people, had sugar. So even if you had to, like, try to be like me.
Ritz.
No. Even if you had Cheerios. Cheerios are nasty on its own, right? So what do you have to add to make it right? Sugar. Lots of it.
Yeah, because you know your family ain't getting
If you had Chex, same thing. Chex were good by themselves, but you had to add a little bit of sugar. Everything had sugar in it. And so now, when you're like, oh, like, why is everything sugar-oriented? Frosted Mini Wheats, Frosted Flakes, Honey Smacks, sugar. Pop, sugar.
It's like, orange juice is just as bad as Coke. It is not a healthy drink.
Now, orange juice is different. Orange juice back in our era, no. Two problems. One, we would get the Sunny D because it was cheaper, but if you actually got regular orange juice, regular orange juice was actually pure orange juice at that time before they started adding too many preservatives and processing all that stuff. Yes. And that's why at the time you could get orange juice with the pulp because it was freshly squeezed, all this stuff was all good. Not anymore. That era, we've been well gone from that era.
And you want orange patch them, you fresh squeeze.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that's how it's going.
Honestly, because we've been involved in sugar for so long that trying to get us off of sugar.
Yeah, basically sugar every day.
Mm-hmm. And here's the thing.
Do you think that affected the black community?
Do you think sugar affected that's a good question. Do you think sugar affected the black community? Absolutely. Because when you're talking about a lot of the health problems that we have, it's all sugar oriented. Think about it. When you've been having sugar basically since after, since the toddler phase.
Not a sugar daddy.
No, just pure sugar. Everything you eat is sugar. Everything you have is sugar. Literally.
Sugar. You had this sugar.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you basically said everything.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
You know what ain't sweet, but when.
But. Good question.
Oh, here's one.
Okay.
Truth. What is the truth?
How was, it's gonna be a little unorthodox now. What you got is Valentine's Day.
Dog, I didn't even know it was Valentine's Day.
Yeah, nobody knows Valentine's Day.
No, I got a counter question. Counter question.
How was yours?
No, we're not even that.
I know what you're about to say. That's all for the laugh.
Speak the truth. Preach to the people.
Do guys even care about Valentine's Day anymore?
If a woman ain't involved, no.
Unless they don't get something out of it.
Even then, I mean,
Even then, they don't treasure it. They know it's there, but it ain't a holiday for them.
No, I think it is forgotten that Valentine's Day isn't strictly supposed to be about romantic love, but kind of generally all
Communication, love, and don't forget to get that balloons and chocolates. Now, do you think materialism is always going to be from Valentine's Day?
Oh, it's ruined everything. From Valentine's to Christmas to Easter. It's about everything. Because, I mean, you go to the store, the first thing you see is typically the current holiday. Last year was just Valentine's Day, now it's all Easter.
Speaking of that, I asked Kevin this question, something I heard on the radio. Do you think proposing to your girl on Valentine's Day is a cop-out?
I think it's a terrible idea.
I asked you this question.
Elaborate.
Okay.
So,
No, Nick, answer.
Okay.
Let it go.
It's terrible because I said so.
Yeah, it's like, I got it.
Okay. Go for it.
But no, seriously, I think the reason why it's a terrible idea is one, you watch too many Hallmark movies, or too many romance movies. Two, should something bad happen, I'm not saying you will, nor should it, that day's kind of now really off. Like, so, it's kind of a bad idea. And another thing is that you're putting too much importance on a single day instead of the act itself. Alright? Instead of the proposal being the theme of the day, it's like he did it on Valentine's Day. So it's more about making the day extra special than making that day special in itself. So basically, in a way, it's trying to add to it, we're taking away from the significance of the moment. She's not going to be thinking about just the ring. She's going to be thinking about the hearts and the chocolate and all that. And how everything of the anniversary and all is condensed into this single romantic day, which is going to put a lot of pressure on you in the future. It's just a generally unwise idea. Proposal should take place somewhere that is meaningful, not the day that is. And what I mean by that is that the date shouldn't be what matters, the person. It shouldn't be because he did it on Valentine's Day. It should be because he loves you.
So your turn. Okay.
So you made a good point. Here's the big point. Because for better or worse, proposing on Valentine's Day, or any holiday, but Valentine's Day is probably like the most egregious of it all.
Well, not to cut you off. What's the number one rank of proposals? What's the highest one? That's like Valentine's Day. Don't get like Easter, Christmas, or
Valentine's Day by far. New Year's will be second. Christmas will be third.
Is it bad to get married on the holiday?
Yes.
No, it goes to the point what I was about to say. Because for better or worse, everything is tied into that particular day. So let's say that everything goes well. Okay. It's tied into that day. So now, instead of it being like, well, it's just Valentine's Day. So now, Valentine's Day has all this extra importance because it's Valentine's Day, it's the day of the proposal, it's all this stuff. So now you have to make it a spectacle. Even if you don't feel like making it a spectacle, you have to make it a spectacle now.
I had to be on this day.
Now, in reverse. So let's say, God forbid that something goes sideways in your relationship and whatnot, y'all break up or y'all didn't get fully to the marriage or y'all get divorced, whatever that may look like. Now, it's still tied to Valentine's Day. And you may think that it impacts her. It's going to impact her some, yes. But here's what I was going to impact you. Every single time you come across Valentine's Day, you're going to think the best and the worst. Every single time. So now, it's ruined because you gave that one person at one spot, and let's say it didn't work, and you're trying to do something for somebody else, guess what you can't do?
The same thing.
You can't go to that option's dead. And even if you went to that option, guess what you're going to have from that other girl? Well, did you know that you proposed to your ex-girlfriend or your ex-wife at this particular time and you can't do it anymore? So everything's tied. So even if you did something for Valentine's Day, it's always tied to that scenario, and that's always going to be held against you. So when Vic is right, he's right.
Yeah.
But it's a bigger thing because you don't want to have everything tied into one particular aspect or day. Sure. You want to have your proposal completely separate from the holiday.
Well, I do want to elaborate on these skills. I think proposing to someone should be a very private event. I don't think it should ever be made a public spectacle because there's no guarantee that person will say yes. And the problem is that when you do it in public, if they say no, you are automatically making them be the bad guy.
Right now.
I believe you went there.
Now,
No, he got lied. That's why I'm laughing because can you imagine being out in public?
No,
especially with your family.
Can I be real? Can I be real?
Come to America. You know that?
Yes.
And she says that's a great perfect example.
Can I get your absolute?
And she says, bro.
Let me check some real quick. I'm gonna give y'all absolutely real something. Hold on. Yeah, we good. That's what I'm saying. Now, let me,
are you sure you didn't mean to say now?
Let me can I keep it absolutely real with y'all?
I'm sorry.
No, you good. I'm gonna keep it absolutely real.
You're wiping your mouth for 2 minutes.
Wait, for me?
No, I don't want to have like all kind of food stuff on my face like that. So my ex-wife,
okay.
I proposed to her in a public space. Okay. Because it didn't work, it's hard for me, let alone her, or even parties involved, because we've been, separated, went our separate ways, all that stuff years ago.
I got a question for you. Do you get traumatized when you see the person you propose to?
Huh?
Does it bother you? Do you drive by the person?
Is there trauma?
Is there trauma for you?
It is to a degree.
The reason why I asked that question because I'm being real because every time I see the place or I propose to mine,
even though and I don't. And the thing is, I proposed in a public space. Yes, it wasn't like a traditional proposal per se, but it was private enough where it was one thing, but it was in a public space where people saw what was happening during that time. Now,
you probably said, "Hey, you doing anything now?"
No, I can't give away tricks of the trade.
No, you hit him.
I can't give away trade secrets now because I may have to. Because when y'all get proposal, I will tell y'all how I did it, and it was dope. But
I stop believing.
But we don't got those trade secrets I can't give out. You got to pay for the master class for that.
It was raining when I proposed.
You hit him like this, like, listen, fine, sure, are you free for the next 40 years?
No, but the crazy was, the proposal was cool, but because of the outcome, it was tied to something that it's very hard for me to even go into that place, let alone walk past the area. And I'm gonna be absolutely honest with you.
That's why
I purposely have not been there since.
What was this at, if you know what I'm asking?
California Dick.
Oh.
And I have not been there since.
Why you make that voice?
No, I have not been there, and I don't.
I'm trying to laugh when you.
No, and the reason why is because I don't.
Dollar Tree.
That would be funny. I proposed in I-9. I proposed in I-9 at Walmart.
That's
oh my god.
That's happening. I see something on TikTok with a
man. I proposed at the post office. I proposed.
But to a degree. You say you never been.
I purposely
because of that moment, or just every time you go there, you're always gonna think about.
It will always be
what didn't happen.
It will always be an instant reminder of what was and what probably should have been.
Okay.
And even when I try to, even explaining this to the kids, it's their mom.
Yeah. Even
explaining it to the kids. It's a hard explanation when it comes to this, and it's like, yeah, it didn't work out. It didn't happen. It's not just on me. It was on both of us. We tried to do the best we could. It just didn't work.
Well, here's the question. What would you say that there's a difference, fundamentally speaking, between scarred and painted?
Kind of the same thing, but a little the same.
Well, Scar implements it that, yeah, there was damage, it's wounded, but it's healed over, but the damage is still going to be visible for practically the rest of your life, versus Tainted, where it's bad, it's a foul smell, it's like a rotten pork. There's just one nothing to do with it.
Here's different one. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
I didn't want to bring anybody else into that environment, knowing that I had to explain it. Mm-hmm. And I don't want, and here's the thing, I don't want any girls,
in that situation.
Because if you go past there, and then they're gonna be like, then you have to explain.
Like, how would they know that you were there?
Because if you're connected enough with somebody, you're going to have that conversation. You don't want to see the thing about the communication trust portion of the conversation is, at some point in time, you're going to have to tell them, this is where this happens. The reason why you gotta tell them, the reason why I don't like coming here is because of this. And you gotta be transparent. No, I mean, but you gotta,
they still got my picture.
You have to be transparent.
So, and the reason why I drive,
and the reason why you gotta, the reason why you gotta be transparent about it is because when you're transparent about those situations,
your mama served wings like no other.
Yes, exactly. You gotta be transparent about the situation. I ain't gonna talk about that. I told y'all about the older girls. I told y'all about that. I told y'all about that. I ain't talking.
But anyways, no, that's the reason why I asked that question. Because sometimes for me, every time I drive home, like you said, what should have been, should have been. But it's not in you.
I don't expect another female to be like, well, I'm better, you're gonna be fine. No. This isn't, the reason why is because it's not for you to kind of take away or change or augment that situation. Yes, you're gonna go into certain places where you take other places to be, but there's certain spots where it's like, I just don't take other people to.
And
that's like out of all the places, I'll take we've been in a lot of different places before, but the one place I wouldn't take her and I wouldn't go, just California this. And it's literally because of that. I'm not stupid. I'm not going to put myself in that situation and have to explain that. No.
The love zone question. Do you think Valentine is meant for you to be with somebody or to be alone?
No, I would say this. So I'll elaborate on this. Valentine's Day is about the celebration of love, right? So if you have someone in your life, right, say, your brother or whatever is married, right, then there's nothing wrong with congratulating him on that love or whatever, or being happy for other people because it's a day about love, whether it be romantic or platonic. It's a day about celebrating connection and relationships, I would say. If you make it exclusively romantic and sexual, then yeah, you're going to feel lonely, especially when you have no love. You're going to make yourself depressed, which is what you don't want to do, because love shows its way in many shapes or form that is beneficial to the soul.
Now, you just said something good too, man. Do you think a lot of 9 out of 10 people do fall into depression because they realize they don't hang out with others?
When you focus on yourself and your own problems and predicaments, especially on days like Valentine's Day, instead, like I said, looking at those around you or being grateful for them and even showing love towards them, then of course you're going to be depressed. That's what happens when you're self-absorbed. Typically speaking, most people are not happy with themselves. Most people will never be happy with themselves. And arguably speaking, you really should, because you'll always find something wrong with yourself. Which is why you should always spend your time and energy not solely for God, for those who He's placed around you.
Because what you just said is 9 out of 10. I think that's a lot of reason why people you see a lot of people being so.
Yeah, because listen, when you look in the mirror, it's not to see yourself; it's so you can see what you need to fix.
Thanks for saying something good. Because he's smiling about it.
I thought it was a salt.
It was a salt. It was a salt. You
got caught up in the game for a minute.
No,
remember, salt can always be like sugar.
You ever make a cake with salt?
Now, the problem is, I think that no matter what, do people get into depression? Yes. you do see this more so with women. No, you see this more so with women as opposed to men. And the reason why.
Hold on. Because I'm not trying to cut you off, but he's not technically lying.
No. I'm saying dudes can take it hard, but they really don't take it hard. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I said from time, a lot of guys don't really care that much about Valentine's Day. They care only when there is someone involved for them to care for. If not, it's just like you said. I didn't even know it was Valentine's Day. You just said it yourself off the top. You're not even the exception.
No, it's Friday the 13th.
No, you're not exactly. You knew to go see Freddie and Jason. You didn't know to go see The Notebook the day after. It's cool.
I knew I went there.
Yeah.
It's like I knew why I got stabbed.
Yeah. But the more important part of the conversation is this. See, girls take it hard because they think that, I should be with somebody. I'm pretty, I'm this, I should be with somebody. And so you know what they do instead? They have what's been dubbed now as Galentines. Galentines is all the single girls who couldn't get to a relationship have to come. No. They have to congregate with each other so they can wallow in how they don't have a dude, and so they can talk about their friends or the ones who's in a relationship who do got dudes. Hey. Are we being honest? Are we lying? Are we telling the truth?
No, that behavior is why they're single.
That's my whole point. So they come up with Galentines. You've seen it all across the thread. We're doing Galentines this year. Why are you doing Galentines? Are you lesbian or not? If you're lesbian, you need to say that. If you're not lesbian, then why are you up there with all your girls? Because you need to have a support group around you. Because if you sat there around on your own by yourself, you will be miserable watching The Notebook, crying because the dudes who you want to be around ain't giving you no time of day. And then you're going to go into your DMs and see if somebody's in your DMs and they ain't in your DMs. And they in your DMs, and then you're gonna be more mad about it. Galentines, that's what y'all do. See, guys, we don't do Galentine's Day. You know what we do? We go facts. We don't do guys. We gonna all the single brothers gonna come together. We're gonna play we're gonna play Xbox. You know what we do? Nah, we work. We go get a bag. We out there. Certain ones be on the prowl. They'll be at the casino. They'll be on the prowl. That's what they do. They get after.
Go work on their car.
But you know what it sounds like? The returning girl, what the women would do. Have you heard the phrase "single women keep women single"?
Yes, and this is part of it. Yes. I'm gonna tell you right now. See, single women keep single people single, and they try to keep people in relationships to get, they can't, shut up. You stop being scared. This is grown people talking here. See, single people try to keep single people single, and they try to get married people or people in relationships to be single like them. Because you know what they want to be? They want to be the first ones to be in a relationship so they can brag to the single people. I found a good one. They want to brag and talk about it heavy. Guys, on the other hand, we are not like that. Yes, we want to have the right woman around us, and once we do, we will give them our all. This is why most guys will put effort into Valentine's, because they want to pour into the ones that they really deem that is worthy or deserving of it. The problem is that it's not always reciprocated the other way. That's the God's honest answer. And this is why guys more and more start to hate Valentine's Day, because here's what's going to happen. They can do all this work. They can try, stay within their means, obviously. Maybe it's not the whole little blow up big thing, but maybe they're trying to do something special. Go out to dinner, hang out to the movies, get them a little something. But then their girls say, it's okay. Really? You didn't put all your effort and energy trying to make sure everything's cool, and then you get an it's okay. All right, bet. Don't worry about it.
Now here's a question. A little more lighthearted question. Back it up a little bit.
Just watching no look like.
I got comments about that. Here's the question. Hypothetical. Say you're with your girl, you get her chocolates. She loves the chocolates. But eats the chocolate. But then she turned to you and she looked upset. And she asked, "Do you think I'm fat?"
Didn't we have this conversation? We did, but you want to, so you think we're fat?
Which movie do you watch?
She just ate a whole heart of chocolate by herself.
It's cool. You fat. Not F-A-T.
Would it be appropriate to say, yeah, but you my family?
Nah, you want to get slapped up. You try to get somebody hammed up. Nah.
No, but in all seriousness, you said something about the no. I got issues with that movie.
I'm just use that as a. There's so many. Yeah. All right, go. So we'll go there in a second. But here's the thing. What is
2 + 2?
What is the Valentine's quote unquote relationship movies that you think most people will watch during this time of year? Besides, first of all, that's a Christmas movie. We ain't talking Christmas movies right now. We ain't talking Christmas movies right now, fool.
Oh man!
Shout out Die Hard though, right? Shout out Bruce. Rest in peace, Bruce, boy.
Wait, Bruce was dying?
No. He's not dead
yet.
No.
He's an alien.
He's alien. We just had to move him out of the site. Someone talking about next time. But there's so many of them again. I'll probably say.
I mean, so
say Valentine's actually, but you know.
Hey,
that's a Valentine's movie.
You know, talk about your Valentine's movie. So when you talk about Valentine's movies, no goods, no one of them. I don't know if Love Jones. I mean, maybe.
Come on, it's a movie.
Maybe. Get the funk on the left side, and then I don't know. That was not funny.
Bruce Bigelow,
Mel Bigelow. I can't get that. That was funny.
The actual movie got a time.
I would say
with Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz and they played.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about? That was actually pretty okay. That's not what I was thinking about.
What about
I'm thinking about Love and Basketball. That's the first thing I thought about.
That's everybody.
Now the hood one would be we're gonna fight over a female. Menace to Society, the non-Valentine movie for the hood.
What's that one movie Adam Sandler did? Just with that girl that forgets her hair.
40 First Dates?
Yeah.
40 First Dates? I thought the Wedding Singer was more along the lines, more so than that one. No, don't get it wrong. That was cool though.
Just imagine sitting with her. Like, come sit in my lap, babe. We're gonna watch Little Nicky.
I mean, the thing is, Hallmark and Lifetime or Lifetime? They made a whole
25 to Life.
No, they made a whole brand off of relationships. Every one of those movies is the same. They got a myriad. You can pick your actor or actresses that you like. You can pick Ashanti. You can pick Shannon Doherty. You can pick. They all just starting. I guarantee you, if you look up their IMDb and you pick a female, I guarantee they have a Hallmark movie where they're the leading character and they go through the whole, I met this dude, he was so good, and then I had to move away, or then we got into a big old fight, and then they got together again and the movie's over. Yeah, you can watch this all in life. Hallmark.
Oh no, you can't also forget the one where a big CEO guy returns to a small town and meets nice farm girl.
Yes, that one too. Yep.
I think I saw that movie.
Yep.
I'm not even giving names. You know what I'm talking about.
That is a movie. It's a damn good movie. Oh boy, that was.
Anyway, Mike, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Anyway, because I want to get this out.
You don't want to talk about the Notebook?
No, because we brought this up. You brought this final set.
Apparently, I did.
No, but man, that movie is a terrible romantic comedy. And I'll tell you why. How they met, that man and the woman, is such a terrible way to meet. He's literally threatening to kill himself.
Well, shoot, Love Jones wasn't no different when he stalked her at the house. And he got the phone number from the dude at the record store just to go follow her to the house. That was bad too.
No, I'm not saying it's good. But no, what's bad about that is she was
trying to keep a player.
She was actively on another date with a dude. Mm-hmm. And he just sat there. Well, if I was with that girl and some dude was like, I'm gonna kill myself, I'm gonna shoot that, bye, I would have kicked him.
She had some fire.
But they didn't have that. You didn't know that. The only thing you knew was that, oh, she looked good. That's all you had to go off of.
It's such a terrible trend. She not only...
No, but it's not even, but see, here's the problem.
If you're willing to kill yourself over a woman like that...
There's a lot of people who do. There's a lot of people who would do a lot of stupid stuff.
Yeah, and hell's wait for it.
Exactly. Over literally that. You ain't wrong.
That's what happens when you ain't got God. You do dumb stuff.
You do a lot of dumb stuff. And one of the dumb things that people do, they chase people who they know. It's telling them no. And still we're going to chase anyway because they think that they're entitled versus, maybe they ain't the one for me. I understand shooting your shot. Don't get it wrong. Shoot your shot. But if you're going like you're going one for like 75 and you've been on the court a little bit too long and you're the OG, you still can't bucket anymore. Hey, maybe you need to go to a different court. No, you gotta go to a different court. You can't play in the pro level anymore. You gotta play in the park leagues now. You gotta play in a different field. That doesn't mean that you can't bucket. That means you can't bucket in this arena.
So be careful.
No.
Pull up at the park on 100.
No, I ain't saying. No, I'm just saying that when I say about pulling up the park, you can't chase certain females. You just can't chase. They're just not in your bracket. You just have to understand that. Go with the ones who are kind of in your level and in your space where you can. That's obtainable. See, the problem is that guys are chasing females who they know is unattainable. And they think they have a shot because they want to shoot the shot because if they say if the shot's green and it works, you know, they player of the year, right? But 9 out of 10, that shot bricks. Cause you don't have enough game, you don't have enough swag, you don't have enough vocab, you definitely don't have enough lifestyle to make it work. But I know certain people got the gift and gab. Y'all may be like me. Y'all may got the gift and gab. But even me, I know the lanes in which I would, if I was trying to shoot, I know the lanes in which I could shoot and not shoot in. And you know, balling, you know, I'm Jim Jones. No, yeah, but see, half the time it is, even though I can be good, I can still be bricking.
Well, here.
So basically, basically, when some dudes go bowling, they need the gutters and play it.
Exactly, because you want to know why? Because because everything is all bricks. It's all bricks.
But before we wrap this, if I do want to talk about something before we so
Titanic is worse.
That's enough, man.
I'm picked off the love stuff.
Okay. Nah, you just scared. It's cool. It's cool.
I ain't gonna lie.
He's scared.
You ain't got to lie, bro.
And actually, they do consider that. That's another topic.
It is a romantic story to women. Guys don't see it.
But let's talk about something else. Man, it's like every year, like when you think the year is going to change, another celebrity passes away.
That's only going to keep happening, man. People only get older.
You guys hear about the dude from Dawson Creek passing away?
Talking about James Van Der Beek? Yeah, James is cool. I mean, what was crazy about it is...
I didn't know he was best friends with Alfonso.
You see, that's what people didn't know, and I think that it wasn't even a shock. It was like, people don't understand celebrity because when you're not in the Hollywood world, your world is very small. And, you know, yeah, it's unfortunate that he passed away. For people who don't know, James Van Der Beek died of cancer and stuff. He was battling it for a long period of time. I believe it was colon cancer, if I'm not mistaken. But, you know, look it up. He was 48, so he was a little bit younger than me. The thing is that everybody was so surprised, like, how many celebrities and how many, like, people were in the mix with him. Hold on. Now, last time he was here, somebody was riding a whole,
he got a scooter.
Yeah, no, he has a whole scooter trying to ride with the scooter box.
Speaking of Titanic.
Dang, y'all, now, let me tell you first part. I'm going to pause this part of the conversation for like 5 seconds. I'm going to tell y'all right now. I promise you, on me, even when I was a kid and when I'm an adult, I will never, ever be riding shoes on no bike, no scooter, Especially like that, nah, that's a little bit too fruity. Nope.
Fruity's a booty?
No, I can't ride the way that they're riding. Nah, I don't care. Now, at least they were smart enough to put the little box in between, so that's
why.
yeah, because they didn't want to look fruity, like trying to get home. But dog, but that looked fruity. Let me get off that shit. Get off my whole thing. It was like, dude, they had the whole board and I thought about it, like, yeah, they trying to. We ain't down. Anyway. But going back to, first of all, go back to James Van Der Beek. What people didn't know is that he was still connected in Hollywood, even though he stepped away from Hollywood. I think it was more important. Like, everybody was all shocked at how many people, like, reached out to him before he passed. But I'm like, people forget James Van Der Beek, to a lot of people, was a really cool dude. You kind of put him in the same conversation like what's the old boy who had just passed in Fast and Furious? Paul Walker. There was in Varsity Blues. And first of all, let me tell you something. When everybody talk about James Van Der Beek, everybody talk about Dawson Creek, I'm gonna tell you right now, it was Varsity Blues. If you want to see vintage, James Van Der Beek and Paul Walker. They were all fire. They were all fire in that movie. Varsity Blues, football movie, go watch it. It has one of the best one-liners ever written that people don't think is a one-liners, but it's one of the best one-liners ever written in a movie. You don't know the difference between a sneeze and a wet fart. That's the funniest one-liner I've ever heard. He was like, you dummy, yo. You don't know the difference between a sneeze and a wet fart. I was rolling. Yeah, no, shout out to I think it was Scott Cog or what is it called? No, the older guy. It was Scott. I think it was Scott Cog. The older guy who played the coach.
No, I know what you're talking about. I think it was Scott Cog.
Yeah. That's what it was like. Anyway, Varsity Blues, watch that. But James Van Der Beek was a good dude. I mean, people were surprised that Alfonso reached out. Zoe Saldana said she's gonna put up some bread to make sure the family's cool. Like $25,000 a month, which is a lot of bread. And she's gonna put it up to make sure the family's cool. He had 6 kids, a wife. But to everybody who was like Paul Walker, wasn't just a good dude. It just stuff happened. 48. But all that tells you is that, the celebrity, celebrity has no,
they're human.
Yeah, celebrity has no window, and when God says it's time, it's time. That has no celebrity, nothing separates that part. Yeah. God, when God says time, he don't care if you're a celebrity, he don't care if you're a president, he don't care what you're doing. When he says his raps, hey, it's time to come home.
Because here's the thing. You will not live a second longer than you're supposed to, nor will you die a second before you're supposed to. Mm-hmm. Every single one of us has a fixed death date. Down to the but down to the nanosecond. Mm-hmm. It is guaranteed. That's why every day is called a game.
What passage is that on the Bible?
It's not a passage.
It's up. No.
Hold on. Let me pull it up.
It is a scripture that tells you, everybody has it.
I had some romance.
I'll tell you right now. Give me a second. Hold on.
Okay, No. Ain't no such thing as first and Matthew. Boy, you gotta get your first and second. First Matthew. You go get us her. First Matthew. He can get smacked down. And get popped in the back of the head, letting you say something crazy like that.
So, this is in Luke 12.
Let me see that's what I'm thinking about.
And it's a parable. Right? The parable of the rich fool. Verse 13 on Luke 12. And someone from the crowd said to him, Teacher, tell my brother to divide the family inheritance with me. But he said to him, Man, who appointed me a judge or arbiter over you? Then he said to them, Watch out and be on your guard against every form of greed. For not even when one has an abundance does life consist of his possessions. And he told them a parable saying, The land of a rich man is very productive. Then he began reasoning to himself, saying, What shall I do since I have no place to store my crops? Then he said, This is what I will do. I will tear down my barns and build larger ones, and there I will store all my grain and my goods. And I will say to my soul, soul, you have many goods laid up for many years to come. Take your ease, eat, drink, and be merry. But God said to him, you fool, this very night your soul is required of you, and now who will own what you prepared? So is the one who stores up treasures for himself and is not rich toward God.
That was one of them, but that's not what I was saying. It just hit me. I can't think of what the scripture is, but it says, the Lord is the author and finisher of your faith. I can't think of what scripture that is.
Hold on, let me see it.
He is the author. He is like the beginning, like the author and finisher.
I would say that is
I just can't think of where it's from. I know because it's like it's a pretty regular. He's like the beginning and the author, and he's the author and finisher. I think that's what it was. I think that's the passage. Don't quote it. I don't want to get that part wrong.
I think it's Philippians.
Yes.
So I'll read it right here.
Read it and see what that's.
Philippians 1 verse 3. I thank my God in all my remembrance of you, always offering prayer with joy in my every prayer for you all, because of your fellowship in the gospel from the first day until now, for I am confident of this very thing, that he who began a good work in you will perfect it until the day of Christ Jesus. For it is only right for me to think this way about you all, because I have you in my heart, since both in my chains and in the defense of the confirmation of the gospel, you all are fellow partakers with me in this grace. For God is my witness, how I long for you all with the affection of Christ Jesus, and with this I pray that your love may abound still more and more, with full knowledge and all discernment, so that you may approve the things that are excellent in order to be sincere and without fault until the day of Christ, having been filled with the fruit of the righteousness which comes through Jesus Christ, to the glory and praise of God.
Is that it?
It's in that passage, yes. It was in that mix.
And none of these.
It's not the I have the outfit and negative personality. No, it's not those on particular. I know you're all right. I can't. But I have it highlighted. If I have my actual hard mic, well, I have it highlighted.
But like you said, like they pointed out, we don't know when it's our calling time. Only person knows that is the Lord.
And I know we talk about this all the time, but I just think that people don't understand. It's like a lot of this stuff, it matters, but if it's not for the bigger purpose, which is, which is having one in Christ, that part, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because all things on this earth are meant to fade away. All, from the land to the riches, it will all be consumed in coming fire and wiped away. The only thing that you can bring with you, and I'm speaking exclusively to those who are in Christ Jesus, and I'm not speaking to the unbeliever. The only thing you can take with you into heaven is the good works you have done for the Lord, in faith and in truth. That is all you have. Whatever you build on this life, in faith and in love toward God, is what will be brought with you into His kingdom. The Bible talks about people who will still get into heaven, but yet have nothing to offer God in terms of works or live. They're still brought into heaven because, remind you, your work is not what got you in there. That is exclusively Christ. But your work is evident of how you live your life in Christ. And there will be those who will have nothing to give. They're still brought in. You can't imagine the kind of shame that will be felt when you are brought into forever, when you are brought into eternity with your Lord and Master, yet you have no work still at His feet. Yeah, because not everyone will hear the phrase, "Well done, my good and faithful servant."
But there's certain people who won't get in by the Spirit of truth. And there are going to be certain people who won't get in with many crowds. That's something that is in Revelation. That's very, and you're going to go through that process, and you don't know what that looks like. But here's what you do know: You're not taking your car. You're not taking your rings. Not taking your jewelry. You're not taking your house. You're not taking any of that money. All that stuff stays right here where it's supposed to be. We put too much stock value in all that stuff now, not understanding that it doesn't matter in the grand scheme. It really doesn't. Because it's not going with you. All you're doing is just laying it for your kids, and if the rapture comes when your kids are there, guess what? It ain't going with them either. So you just can't worry about that stuff. You just gotta you live your life to the fullest, live your life the way that the Lord's supposed to be, the Lord's supposed to have you live it. And then you go from there. Before we leave, I got one more story. One more quick story. The reason why I thought about this is I was eating my fries. I want to show this for the people on the camera because I have my fries.
Okay.
There was a story. I think it took place in Texas. It was a 17-year-old kid who went to the house. 17-year-old kid was at the house. They had got the Moonstop with some fries.
Okay.
And then one of his friends was like, yo, can I have some fries? Dude was like, nah, that's my fries. Shot him over getting some fries. Literally shot him over because he told him no about getting some fries. The dude got the bop over some fries. I just thought about it right now because of the story. I was just watching this on YouTube right before I was coming here to do the podcast, and I wanted to make sure I got this out. And the fries just reminded me of the story right now.
Murder?
Yeah, he got the pop. Yeah, first degree. His girl's laying in his lap. He's up here eating his fries. The dude was like, "Can I get some fries?" And he was like, "No, I can't get some fries. Why didn't you get some when you was there?" Pulled out the burner. Bop, bop. And it was it. Over some fries. I promise you. He really went, that's my fries on him. I was like, I know, I'm not even trying to be, it's crazy, but it's bad when we're a society when somebody's getting bopped with some fries.
Clearly, this wasn't just about fries.
No, it had to be over something bigger. It's like, dog, I get it.
I know people got knocked over some shoes.
No, but I would think about the image that's happening. You got one kid who got food, obviously got a little bit of bread, his girl's laying in his lap, everything, looking dope, right? The other dude looking like all bummy, goes through the whole Valentine's Day, looking all jealous and looking all yo, he got his girl there, he got some money, he got food, I'm sitting here, I can't even get a wing, I can't even get a 5-piece. Oh. Shut up, try to be serious, you laughing. I can't even get a 5-piece.
Oh shit. Okay.
But think about it. That's like me coming in here and be like, yo, I'm eating a full course meal, chilling, and y'all just got like a soda in my hand, and then y'all be like, can I get some fries? Now, normally on some friend stuff, if we boys like that, yo, have some fries, whatever. But in the same conversation piece, if I've been eating them fries, my girl's been eating off some fries, no, you ain't. You may not be getting them fries. What? You should have got yourself some fries. But it's just it's terrible how the conversation piece is. Somebody gets bopped over some fries. I couldn't understand that. I couldn't understand that. I was just watching that story. I was like, first of all, y'all 17-year-olds have no regard for life whatsoever.
Do you think he knew what he did?
Of course he knew what he did.
You didn't get the fries.
No. It's like,
I know where you go. I know what you're saying, man. You think he actually obviously know what he truly did?
Did he understand that? Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's murder. I'm not advocating he's murdered, and anything he should himself be put to death. But I don't think this idiot really knew what he just did. I think he was probably bitter, jealous, and probably hungry as well. And his instinct was to kill his friend.
No.
Okay, like Cam was saying, this guy had he had no drink, no food, no woman, nothing. All he had was his gun.
Yeah, no fajitas, no dinero.
No, I think it's two parts. I think it's two parts of the story. One part is exactly what you're saying. He didn't have nothing. And there's certain guys who get jealous to that point when they don't have nothing. See, if their boy has something, but he don't have it, and the other dude don't have it, there's certain people who get jealous behind it. I'm just being dead.
You can't be third wheel.
It's hard to be third wheel all the time and looking like this is the dude who got it, and you're the one who's driving on the passenger side. You're the scrub. You're the scrub. You're the scrub. Yeah, you're the scrub. You're the one on the passenger side. It happens. You know, everybody has that scrub moment where you on the other side, you trying to holler, but you can't, but the one who's driving the car, the one who got his girl in the back, but you in the passenger side trying to get some action, and his girl's already in the back. You're that dude. Okay. Now, that's one part of it. Here's the other part of the conversation that I have to make light of. A lot of these younger people don't like being told no. And I think that was the other part of the conversation is that, you know, as soon as you tell somebody no, then they get offended. Then they get embarrassed, they get offended, they all mad. Why are you telling me no? Then they get all, then they want to make a confrontation. I thought we was boys. I told you no. What? Sometimes you don't deserve it. You may not need it. And the thing is, but see, that was my thing. Oh, what's the, now me, personally.
It's not just friends. It can be.
No, me personally, if it was over literally some prize, like, dude, take the prize. It's like, yo, it ain't a big deal to me. They're 17. What are we talking about? We're talking about kids. And I can't judge no kids. But now maybe in their eyes that if I was in my 17-year-old mind, maybe. But even then, we just rolled by. I went to Artesia High School class in 1993, Lakewood, California. You could go look at my yearbook, and I'm gonna tell you there was about 5% wildebeest. No. We had color. We had 5% wildebeest. We had 85% people who were cool, and we had about 10% that were considered to be baddies. Guess what? I had one of them. I'm gonna be honest with you. Now here's the problem with that. Even with that being said, we would never take it that far. No, because I was cool enough with people and people were cool enough with me, even if they were jealous. And I had people who were jealous of who I had. For real. Almost had to put the mitts on somebody because of it. But in the same conversation piece, it was never taken to the point where it's going to be like, oh, we gotta bring the toolies out. It wasn't getting to that point. Now, I know people who were jealous. I know people who was like that, but it wasn't. We kept that stuff quiet. And I know it's like on the other side of that, when you're looking at the ones who are like, dang, well, they really got it with, they star football player. They got the girl. They got access. They getting good grades. The parents like them. The teachers like them. I get it. I get the whole imagery of it all. I get it. I've been in that. I've been literally in that on the other side looking in on that, and I've been on the flip of that coin when I was that person. But we had that conversation before. Since in certain worlds, when I say that you are that dude, in certain worlds you are that dude to me. You're the pinnacle, and you may not even know it. In this instance, that dude who may be like, well, it's just my girl. We're 17. I got a little bit of break. He probably only had $20 in his pocket. He probably had no real money. He just got some wings from him and his girl. But he didn't have enough money to get his dude taken care of. And I know what he's saying. You ain't grown, man. But you a guy, man, come on. You can't come up with $15 for a meal. I mean, don't get it wrong. Wingstop is kind of a creep. Let me keep the talk with you. A five pieces of fries is like $20 in these days. So I understand as a high school kid, it's kind of hard to come across $20 at this point. But in the same conversation piece, it doesn't require pulling out. Honestly, I want to address that because I thought about that when I was eating my fries. I was like, we have to talk about that. Like, it was ridiculous. That's like one of the most ridiculous stories I've seen in my whole life. Anyway, final thoughts before we get about here.
Got no final thoughts. I just want to say God is good all the time. I hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody trying to step their game up to 2026 and make things better for themselves. Because, you know, you shouldn't be looking for validations, but you should be looking, you know, to make sure you can be a better person at all times. So that's all I got.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure as always to gather here with my brothers Paul and Cam and shoot another episode of the PVC Podcast Crew to break bread and break ideas. But in all seriousness, this past Valentine's Day and the upcoming holidays, if there's any love you should think about, it's the love God has for humanity and you. You must understand that the love he has for all men is a goodwill towards all. He does not wish for any to perish in hell forever. But he does. But he does desire for all those who have ever lived to be with him forever. But I must say this. But I must say this. If you reject such love, you can only blame yourself. In hell, you will have nothing but misery and memory of your own choices and your sin. That is something that the Lord and I myself and none of us here desire for you. So this day, think on the love of God and accept it. And accepting his love means rejecting other loves, other evils. I cannot tell you what to do, nor can I force you. But I can encourage you and warn you. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. Your death, as well as mine, Paul, and Cam's, are fixed. They will come, but we do not know when. Therefore, let us live in a way that is pleasing to God. It is all I can say on this blessed day. Cameron, before we close out permanently and finally, talk to people.
You know what?
Oh, Mike like that.
Me and you got good mentality because I like how we both did that on the right side. That's on the street stuff, but go ahead.
First of all,
You know what I'm talking about.
yeah. First of all, like we were just having that conversation earlier.
First of all,
Shout out to all of our subscribers, of course. We appreciate each and every one of the 142 subscribers that we have rocking along with us. It's always a privilege and an honor to do this for each and every one of you, first and foremost. Secondly, like always, shout out to all of our affiliates, of course, Jason Lane World Beat Entertainment. Shout out to Dirty Joe, of course. Shout out to all of our affiliates who connected with us. We appreciate each and every one of you as well. Outside of that, we got a lot of things that we're working on. We got a few things that we got in the mix. Don't forget to watch Hilltop Brawl Part 2 and 3, of course. We want to see your boys in action. We got that working on. We'll actually be in the trenches filming for Part 4 and 5 collectively in the next month or so. So definitely be on the lookout for that. If you want to see us on IMDb, all that good stuff, you can check us out on there as well. We got a couple of other projects that we're working on. We'll keep that a little bit quiet to get a little bit closer to time. Outside of that, what I want y'all to take away from this particular episode is that when you see holidays, in particular Valentine's are different, don't get overly stressed because it's not all happening in place the way that you need to at this time. The Lord always gives you cases and steps and times when those things are supposed to happen for you. And just because you may think it's not happening in your time, it's happening in God's time. You just have to be willing to just learn the lessons, be in preparations, be in position, learn what you're supposed to learn, grow how you're supposed to grow, and then when the time is right, all the pieces that you think about in regards to relationships and stuff are going to fall into place. Super simple, just like that. But outside of that, y'all know how we do. For my man Paul, for my man Vic, my name is Ken, aka Mr. Nerd Boy Fresh. Like always, God above everything. Till the next time, fellas, we will do this again soon.
Much love and respect.
Salute.